Hey ink drinkers, I have an exciting book haul to share with you today. I took advantage of the $5.99 sale on Book Outlet and got myself some books. I don't normally buy this many books at once, but I couldn't pass up this great deal, especially since I'm starting to read through a lot of the books that have been on my shelves, so I wanted some backup. So let's dive right in. I will share what I bought and kind of the condition they're in, because Book Outlet is known for selling books that other retailers were not going to sell. They've been marked as non-sellable through the typical retail avenues and whatnot. So there's something that could be slightly off about the exterior, but they are totally readable. And in my personal experience, at least with this haul, everything is in good enough condition to me. I mean, nearly perfect, some of them. So I'm happy with this order. I'm really excited to read all of these as well. So the first book I have in my stack is A Grandmother Begins the Story by Michelle Porter. All of these covers are amazing. I am so happy with them. So I'm going to give you a little bit about each book, but not too much, because I basically want the gist of it before I dive in. So I'd like to be respectful of people that want that as well. Carter is a young mother on a quest to find the true meaning of her heritage, which she only learned of in her teens. Allie is trying to make up for the lost years with her firstborn and to protect Carter from the hurt she herself suffered from her own mother. Okay, we'll stop there. There's a whole lot about this and it sounds really good. So I am excited to dive in. The second book that is in my stack is called Listen to Your Sister, a novel by Nina Vale. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it, but Listen to Your Sister. Look at that cover. Oh, backing up. This cover is the favorite of two of my daughters. One of my sons chose this one. We all kind of chose our own favorites. 25-year-old Calla Williams is struggling since becoming guardian to her brother Jamie. Calla is overwhelmed and tired of being the one who makes sacrifices to keep the family together. Jamie, full of good-natured 16-year-old recklessness, is usually off fighting for what matters to him or getting into mischief, often at the same time. Dre, their brother, promised he would help raise Jamie, but now that the ink is dry on the paperwork, in classic middle child fashion, he's off doing his own thing. And through it all, the nightmare never stops haunting Calla, recurring images of her brothers dying that she is powerless to stop. This is going to be so good. This next book is a very well-known book that I have yet to read. I've seen the movie, but I wanted to read the book as well. And I've been kind of waiting around, I don't know why, to purchase a copy, and I've been wanting one for so long. And I absolutely love this cover. It is Misery by Stephen King, and this is another son's favorite cover. And pretty much everyone knows what Misery is about, so we'll move on to the next. The next book is one that I've seen everywhere on Bookstagram and BookTube. Everyone in the horror community was talking about it, and I think even some people outside the typical horror community who wanted to read a good horror book have picked this up. Now, I feel like there were some mixed reviews, but I have not had experience with this author, and I felt like I might enjoy it. It is Horror Movie by Paul Tremblay. And I absolutely love this cover. This is one of my daughter's favorite covers. I just love the different textures on the front, and of course the painted edges. What do you call it? The decorated edges, the colored edges. I don't know what you call it. Anyway, it's very fancy. So I'm really excited about this. Now, most of these just have like a little mark somewhere, and they're in like perfect condition. Same with this. The mark you can barely see because they marked on the black, so it's not even really noticeable. Really happy about that. In June 1993, a group of young guerrilla filmmakers spent 4 weeks making Horror Movie, a notorious, disturbing art house horror flick. The weird part? Only 3 of the film scenes were ever released to the public, but Horror Movie has nevertheless grown a rabid fan base. 3 decades later, Hollywood is pushing for a big budget reboot. The man who played the Thin Kid is the only surviving cast member. He remembers all too well the secrets buried within the original screenplay, the bizarre events of the filming, and the dangerous crossed lines on set that resulted in tragedy. We'll stop there. We will stop there. We don't need to know anymore. That's enough. We're going to read it. This next one, the problem with this one is it has a Target sticker on the front. I'm debating whether or not to try to remove it. If it was in a slightly different spot, I wouldn't even bother, but it does cover some text, which kind of bothers me. So we'll see. And there's a little bit of a crease in the cover, but it's nothing too bad. There's a little bit of a crease in the back cover as well, but it's fine. This is The Unworthy by Augustina Basterica. I'm really bad with names, but this name is amazing. I love it. I think it's translated by Sarah Moses. From her cell in a mysterious convent, cloistered away from the climate catastrophe that has plunged the world into chaos, a woman writes the story of her life in whatever she can find. Discarded ink, dirt, and even her own blood. A lower member of the sacred sisterhood deemed an unworthy, she dreams of ascending to the ranks of the enlightened at the center of the convent and of pleasing the forbidding superior sister. Okay, we'll stop there. Keeping it mysterious. But see, this is what I don't like. Did they have to put the sticker over I mean, there's so much space up here. They could have put the sticker up here. We will survive. I got all these books for $5.99. Really happy with the price of all these books, so I can forgive little imperfections here and there. It's fine. Now, this is the book that I feel like has the most obvious imperfection. There is a big crease in the corner of the front cover, but we're okay. This book also kind of caught my eye. I mean, I've seen it everywhere, but I saw that Jason at Jason's Weird Reads was reading this book in February for his book club on Fable. And I ordered it a little too late, and it didn't arrive until it was over with. But I still want to read it. I was intrigued by it. I didn't really read any of the commentary, any of the conversations going on within the book club, but the fact that it was voted for within the book club piqued my interest. We Used to Live Here by Marcus Cleaver. I did look up how to pronounce that. Marcus Cleaver. And I really love this cover. It's a lot different than the other covers that we have today. It's the only white cover. Everything else is black or really dark. There's nothing worse than uninvited guests. As a young queer couple who flips houses, Charlie and Eve can't believe the killer deal they've just gotten on an old property in a picturesque neighborhood. While Eve works on the house one day, there's a knock on the door. A man stands there with his family, claiming to have lived here before, and asking whether it would be all right if he showed his kids around. People pleaser to a fault, Eve lets them in. We'll stop there. That's enough intrigue for me. The last one is my favorite as far as the covers go. It's absolutely stunning. I am intrigued by the title. Everything about this just screamed at me and suits me, I have to say. So I really am rooting for this. Now, this one has deckled edges and the fancy flippy, I don't know what they're called, the flippy thingies, but it is a paperback, and it is The Burial Plot by Elizabeth McNeil. This is absolutely stunning. Oh, I just kind of honestly want to live in this cover. I know it's slightly scary up toward the top, but it is just gorgeous. There's just so much visual interest, and then there's like some texture going on here. I love it. The back is pretty as well. Fox. London, 1839. With the cemeteries full and money to be made in death, tricksters Crawford and Bonny survive on wicked schemes and ill-gotten coin. But one blistering evening, their fortunes flip. A man lies in a pool of blood at Bonny's feet, and now she needs to disappear. We'll leave it there. I am super excited to read all of these books and to display them on my shelves, and I'm just glad to own some more books, honestly. I don't get books very often. I get the freebies from generous friends, family, what have you, gift cards, and from authors seeking reviews, but these I bought with my money for myself and really pored over the available books on Book Outlet to find the ones that intrigued me the most. So there were so many more that I wanted, but you know, budgets and, you know, being a grown-up and responsible and all that kind of comes first. So I think 7 books is plenty. It'll last me a while. I still have some of these books to finish as well. We shall see how quickly I get through all of these. I'm really excited to read them. I'll probably do a picker wheel because I'm not going to be able to decide where to start, but I am going through these first because they've been sitting on my shelves a lot longer. In my mind, it is officially iced tea season because it is hitting the 50-degree mark here in Michigan. So it gets slightly warmer than freezing, and I'm excited to have some iced tea. Yes, in a mug, because that's how I do things. And the ice has melted because I took too long to share about these books instead of drinking my iced tea. But we're gonna cheers and move on. Let me know what you've been buying, reading, enjoying lately. What movies have you been watching? What music have you been listening to? I'd love to hear it all down below. Have you read any of these books? Did you enjoy them? Are there any that you're like, ew, you're gonna regret that one? Let me know down below. As always, have an amazing day or night, and I will see you next time. Cheers.